Hello everyone, this is Shannon for Waffle Flower Crafts. In today's video, we are going to create a sparkly full panel shaker card using the new cake panel die. This is the cake panel die. As you can see, it comes with several sentiments as well as some little cake toppers and even some candles. So you get a lot with this die set. I'm going to take the main die from this set and die cut it out of some really pretty white sparkle glitter paper. After I run it through my die cutting machine, I'll remove my tape and then pop it out. As you can see, the die cuts this glitter paper beautifully. I'll remove all the frosting pieces and the negative piece and then set this glittery panel aside. I'm now going to take that full panel die and also die cut it out of some white craft foam. This craft foam is going to provide the dimension so I can have a well to fill with the sequins and glitter. I now picked out 5 shades of colored cardstock, and each one of those shades are going to fill in the frosting layer for the cake. I cut down the cardstock down to a strip, and I'm now going to take each one of those strips and die cut it with the cake panel die. The nice thing about this die is the frosting is the same for each level, so you just pick one section of frosting, it doesn't matter which, and you can use that to die cut all the frosting for the cake. So I'm just using that bottom area and die cutting all my frosting layers out of that bottom section of frosting. Now I'm going to move on to my sentiment. So this happy birthday sentiment is from the cake panel die, and I just die cut it out of some really pretty iridescent paper. So moving right along, I cut out 6 candles out of white cardstock using one of the candle dies that's in the cake panel die set. And I'm now going to Copic color these candles with colors that match my cardstock. I picked out 5 colors just again to match each one of those colored cardstocks, and I'm just adding stripes to the candle. This is a little bit tedious work just because these candles are so tiny. You could definitely, if you want to avoid this, just cut out the candles out of the same colored cardstock that you used for the frosting, but I colored them all the same. I even colored the little flame at the top with the yellow and orange that I picked out as well. And here are all 6 candles. I just love the stripy look. I think it's so pretty. And now I'm moving on to assembling my card. The first thing I'm going to do is grab my craft foam panel and remove that large center negative piece. I don't need to remove the frosting pieces because I'm not filling those with sequins or glitter. Then I'm going to grab some liquid adhesive here. I'm using Tombow Mono multi-liquid adhesive, and I'm just going to add it to the back side of my craft foam panel. Once I have added the glue, then I'll flip it over and add it directly down to an A2 top folding card base made from 110-pound white cardstock. After I make sure that my corners are lined up, I'll grab the top plate for my die cutting machine, use it as kind of a weight, and set that card aside to dry a little bit till that glue gets kind of sticky and holds that craft foam down securely. I'm now going to take a piece of acetate and add it to the back side of my glittery cardstock panel. I went ahead and added some liquid glue to the back side of that panel, and then I carefully placed that acetate down. I'll just set that aside for a second to dry. Once that's dried, I will add some liquid glue into the negative opening spaces for the frosting, and then I'll pop in each one of my colored cardstock frosting layers inside the negative openings of the cake. As you can see, my cake's going to have like an ombre look, but there's 5 openings, so it'd be really great for a rainbow cardstock colors as well. So I'm now going to glue down my sentiment. I added a small amount of glue to the back side, and then I took that sentiment and just kind of tapped it on my hand to kind of remove any excess glue. You want to be really careful with your glue use because you don't want it to squish out and then be visible on the acetate here. So I'm now going to pop in each one of these candles and kind of frame them around that sentiment. I don't want to block it because I don't want it to make it hard to read, but just put 3 on either side of the sentiment on the top of the cake. So with my front panel done, I'm going to take that card base that has the craft foam glued down to it and just take my anti-static pouch and just kind of rub it all around just in case there's any sticky parts from that liquid glue, and that might make the glitter or the sequins kind of stick and not move around. I'm going to fill this up with a white sequins. This is called Magnolia Fusion by Studio Katia, and I'm just going to take my tweezers here and I'm kind of spreading them out, taking the teenier size sequins and moving them down into that small kind of crevice between the cake and the frame, and just so I have something sparkly down there as well. And I'm also making sure that the sequence is kind of flat. There's not too many stacked up on top of each other. Now I have some chunky glitter. This is called Chunky Confetti flowers, and I'm just like with the sequins, I'm making sure that that glitter is not all mounded up in the center. I'm kind of spreading it around so I have a nice even layer of sparkly things. Now I'm going to take that top panel and add some liquid adhesive to the back side, definitely all around the frame and where the cake is. You want to be careful not to get it anywhere beyond the cardstock, and then I'll take that top plate, set it on top till it dries, and once it dries, the shaker card is done. I'll hold it to the camera now so you can see all that sparkly goodness. I love this shaker card. I love a well-filled shaker card, and I filled it up a lot with sequins and glitter. And I just love the subtle touches of the color. There's really only like 5 colors here with lots of white, kind of iridescent look, but I just think it's really pretty and a really fun and easy shaker card. I love doing this with full panel dies. I hope you guys enjoyed today's card and video. If you want any more information on the products I use, please visit Waffle Flower, and you can follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook for more creative ideas. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.